Another topic in the hormone, that is corticosteroid. So corticosteroid holds a very great importance when you do a clinical practice, because it is going to enhance the capacity or the cell function whenever you prescribe it. So one of the wonder drugs amongst all pharmacological drugs, this is one of the wonder drug which supports the body, which have led the science to be escalated to another avenue or at a high level. Most of the organ transplants जो होते हैं, most of the higher level work जो होते हैं, उन सब के अंदर corticosteroids का very very important role रहता है. So steroids, understanding its basic concept, what are the types, what is its mechanism of action, then what are the doses, what is the indication when you are going to give it, and the side effects. Side effects we will take in an elaborate manner, because this is the reason that steroids are not prescribed quite commonly, because of the side effects. Then another, absolute contraindication and relative contraindication of the steroids. So grossly, it is a very very important clinical drug given in almost all the department, but it has to be given with caution. So we start with it. What are the different types of corticosteroids? See, we have got three categories. One is mineralocorticoid, another is glucocorticoid, and the third is the sex hormones. Now in this mineralocorticoids, you have got the ACTH converting cholesterol into finally cortisone, and then in the presence of angiotensin 2, it gets converted to aldosterone. So here what do we see is one of the mineralocorticoid is aldosterone. Then another type is glucocorticoid, which is cortisol. And then there are the sex hormones. These sex hormones will be taken later on, but today we will be confining ourselves to the mineralocorticoid and the glucocorticoid. Now, there is a gross difference what the mineralocorticoid do and what the glucocorticoid do. Okay, that we are going to see now. In the glucocorticoid regulation, when the steroid will be secreted, when there is pain, when there is stress, when there is ADH being rising in the body, when there is increase in pyrogens, when there is histamine being there, histamine is present at the time of inflammation or allergy, or there is a decrease in BP, or there is decrease in glucose level. So all these are basically the characteristic features, or these are the conditions in which they are going to cause activation of the hypothalamus. Once the hypothalamus is active, it is going to cause release of CRH, that is corticotropin releasing hormone. Now corticotropin releasing hormone is going to cause stimulus to the anterior pituitary. Okay, silence, कोई बात नहीं करे. So there is activation of pituitary. Once the pituitary hypophysis is going to secrete the ACTH, it is going to cause release of ACTH corticotroponin, and then supraadrenal gland, it was affected, and finally cortisol is being released. So You have to understand the conditions in which glucocorticoid is being released, and then it is going to help us in regulating the body metabolism. So these are the various conditions, that is pain, stress, ADS secretion, pyrogens. Pyrogens are the toxins released by the bacteria, fungi when they attack on the body. Then there is histamine in the case of allergy, and then there is decrease in BP or there is decrease in sugar level. So these are the quite important conditions in which the steroid glucocorticoid is being released in the body, and once it is released, then it is going to manage the metabolism of the body. So from your physiology knowledge, you know that the secretion of cortisol is not unanimously at equal level within the body throughout the complete 24 hours. It is waxing and waning. That means it is going to increase from 6 a.m. in the morning and will remain at a higher level till 3 p.m. So the steroid level from 6 a.m. in the morning, it will remain at a higher level till 3 p.m. And then from 3 p.m. till 3 a.m. in the midnight, it is going to be low, and again it is going to rise. So what do we see? That the steroid level does not remain constant in the body. It is going to rise and then it is going to fall with the time. And this is very well, you have read it in your physiology. Coming to the mechanism of action. Now here, this is important because a question comes on this in your main exams also, about the glucocorticoid mechanism of action. So what do we see? That glucocorticoid, it enters through the cell membrane and it attaches itself to the glucocorticoid receptor. Why you people come late? See, you people have got your lunch from 1 to 2. You should try to manage and come by 2. Don't put a habit wherein you can walk in where you like. You should come by 2. So we were upon the mechanism of action of the steroid, that is glucocorticoid. And here, glucocorticoid is going to enter through the cell membrane and will attach itself to the glucocorticoid receptor. Now this receptor is going to cross through the nuclear membrane after undergoing modulation. And once the nuclear membrane is crossed, देखिए आपस में आप लोग बात करने के लिए तो नहीं बैठे यहाँ पे. All of you pay attention. All of you pay attention. You come to a class to listen something. Do not talk amongst yourself. There is a open ground where you can go and talk. Why sit here and talk? So last time saying don't talk. If you want to talk, go outside and talk. Okay? Try to understand something. It will help you in putting less efforts on the books. So what do we see? That the glucocorticoid enters through the cell membrane, attaches to the glucocorticoid receptor. This glucocorticoid receptor undergoes modulation, and now it can enter through the nuclear membrane and get attached itself to the DNA. On the DNA, there is glucocorticoid response element which is present, and this is going to receive this glucocorticoid receptor which is modulated, and now there will be change in the DNA, which is going to cause production of a different mRNA, and then finally proteins, which you have learned from the biochemistry that DNA forms RNA and RNA forms proteins. So herein, the proteins which are formed are termed as annexin A1. Annexin A1 is the protein formed whenever we give the glucocorticoids. Now, what does this annexin A1 will do? This is going to block two pathways. One is COX-2 and another is the phospholipase A2 pathway. ये दोनों pathway block करेगा एक single protein, that is annexin A1. And what will be the effect? The effect will be that it is having that is the steroid effect, which is anti-inflammatory, antipyretic, and anti-hyperalgic. Okay, so annexin effects last में, all those who are sitting and giggling over there, makes no sense. If you come from your home to do all these things, I wonder what thought process you have. So if you want to chit chat, go outside, no problem, attendance आपकी mark हो चुकी है, you can leave and go. Okay, so what we see, annexin is the key protein over here that is going to bring about the effects, and it is going to have anti-inflammatory, antipyretic, and anti-hyperalgesic effects. So this is important because this is the role play which happens whenever steroids are given. So two type of steroids we will be having. One is the mineralocorticoid, that is aldosterone, and another is the glucocorticoid, that is cortisol. Okay, and steroids, they are this corticosteroids, they are synthesized by the cortex of the adrenal medulla, while adrenal gland, while the medulla is going to secrete the adrenaline. This is from your physiology knowledge. So there is a key difference between the function. बेटा आप खड़े हो जाए. Yes, stand up. Stand up with the blue shirt and come outside. Stand and move out. चलिए. So what do we see? That there are two basically corticosteroid. One is the mineralocorticoid, another is glucocorticoid. Mineralocorticoid is going to regulate the salt and water metabolism, whereas glucocorticoid is going to regulate the general metabolism and resistance to stress. So this will be implied when practically you are prescribing the steroid. This single line will help you that which steroid is going to be given. That we will see in the coming slides. When you divide glucocorticoid and mineralocorticoid, amongst the glucocorticoid you have short acting, intermediate acting, and long acting. Short acting one is the cortisol, that is hydrocortisone, and then intermediate acting, that is prednisolone, methylprednisolone, triamcinolone, and deflazacort. And then you have a long acting, that is dexamethasone and betamethasone. Amongst the mineralocorticoid you have aldosterone, desoxycorticosterone acetate, and you have fludrocortisone. So this is the primarily broad classification of the steroids. This is important. When you prescribe, you should know the relative activity of the systemic corticosteroids. What is the importance in this is that when you look at cortisol, it has got 1:1 activity. Glucocorticoid activity is to mineralocorticoid activity is 1:1. Meaning thereby, if you want both the action, that is action upon the metabolism pathway as well as in retention of salt and water, then you got to prescribe hydrocortisone. But if you want only and only glucocorticoid action, no mineralocorticoid action, then you need to prescribe a long acting glucocorticoid, that is dexamethasone or betamethasone. So खड़े हो जाएं. आपको ही कह रहा हूँ. हाँ, आपके पास में. चलिए बाहर. चलिए. So what do we see here? That this is the difference of the activity of the steroid, and depending upon the clinical condition you need to prescribe the steroid. What kind of activity you want, that matters, and therein your brain comes in, that these are the available drugs, this is the case scenario, and now you have to prescribe the steroid. Then comes the mineralocorticoid action. Here you can see that here aldosterone has got the strongest mineralocorticoid action. So depending upon the scene of the patient, you have to decide which steroid needs to be given. And by and large, it is taken that all steroids have got both the activity, whether be it mineralocorticoid or be it glucocorticoid. But proportion is different. Okay. So grossly, what are the action of glucocorticoid on the metabolism? It is increasing the blood glucose, then causing lipolysis, causing proteolysis. Please remain outside. Remain outside. चलिए बाहर बाहर करते रहिए आप जो करना है. Be outside. Then mineralocorticoid action results in salt and water retention. So this is about the metabolism. Then comes the resistance to stress. There is increase in blood glucose, providing energy required to combat the stress, and also there is increase in blood pressure. So in the brain, neither there should be lacuna of blood supply nor there should be lacuna of glucose. Hence, there will be resistance to stress. On various organ system, like among the GI, you have the gastric acid secretion which is increased. Then it maintains the glomerular functions and affects the mental states. Also there are anti-inflammatory effects. आप खड़े हो जाएं दोनों, one with the black shirt and one close to him. चलिए बाहर आ जाइए. Move out. आपको भी जाना है. Move out. Anyone else who wants to move, move. जिन जिन को जाना है जाइए. Come on, quickly, quickly move out. चलिए. Anyone else? Anyone else who wants to move? चलिए. So और किसी को जाना है? Attendance तो हो चुकी है. Then on various other organ systems we have done. Then comes your anti-inflammatory effects. So this is something special which we have seen, that corticosteroids are notorious for having their anti-inflammatory effects, and they are given in many diseases wherein inflammation is seen. And another is prominent immunosuppressant and anti-allergic effect. All the organ transplants which take place, whether be it kidney, liver, all happen under the usage of steroids. So steroids, they are the stakeholders of organ transplants. The problem with the steroid is this, that when you give it orally, when you give it IV, it is going to affect complete all the body parts, all the body organs. So this is the biggest problem with the steroid, because it is going to increase the capacity of the body. So it is going to affect all the organs. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि सिर्फ हार्ट पे काम करेगा, तो हार्ट तो बहुत अच्छे से काम कर रहा है और बाकी के ऑर्गन्स काम नहीं कर रहे, तो साइमल्टेनियसली ये सभी को ही एक्टिव करेगा. इट इज नॉट दैट सिर्फ हार्ट को ही एक्टिव करेगा या फिर किडनी को ही करेगा या फिर लिवर को ही करेगा. इट इज गोइंग टू अफेक्ट कंपैरेटिवली completely all the body and the organs. So what is the use? As we have seen that primarily it is used as an anti-inflammatory. Here is a mnemonic. You can use it in like arthritis, in bronchial asthma, then in collagen disorders like SLE, systemic lupus erythematosus, then polyarthritis nodosa. Then comes your dermatological inflammatory conditions. Whenever you go to the dermatological OPD, maximum you will see that 60 to 70% cases are given steroids. They are local steroids, that is, you can give them in tube form or you can give them orally also. Then comes your eye inflammatory disorders like keratitis, then fever, that is rheumatic fever, then GI inflammatory conditions like Crohn's disease. आप लोग उधर से चारों पांचों खड़े हो जाएं, that close to the रेड शर्ट वालों के पास में जितने भी हैं वो चारों खड़े हो जाएं. कम ऑन, स्टैंड अप एंड मूव आउट. चलिए, मैनी मोर कैन गो. चलिए बाहर. और किसी को जाना है? So what do we see is another, that is hormone replacement therapy. This is again given in case of acute adrenal insufficiency, Addison's disease, adrenogenital syndrome. And then there is immunosuppression, which we have already seen in organ transplant, and also in anti-cancer. So basically, when you give steroid, it is going to improve the efficiency of the cell for the time being. अगर आप बहुत हाई डोज दे दोगे तो वो साइड इफेक्ट्स फ्लेयर अप हो जाएंगे, और अगर आप क्रॉनिकली दोगे और इसकी डोज भी धीरे धीरे बढ़ाओगे, लाइक 5 mg यू स्टार्ट विथ, आफ्टर 1 week you increase to 10 mg, then after 1 to 2 week you increase to 15 mg, then 20 mg, and in similar fashion you are going to decrease also. ऐसा नहीं है कि एकदम से आपने स्टेरॉइड को बंद कर दिया. When the patient is comfortable, that doesn't mean that he has been corrected. He is feeling comfortable on steroids. You cannot immediately stop it, or the patient himself or herself should not immediately stop taking steroid at once, because the moment you stop the steroid, once again your side effects will flare up. So, or if you are taking normal dose, then your symptoms will flare up. So this is something which you have to remember, that give steroid in a graded way, withdraw steroid in a graded way. Then there are certain side effects, that is, you can use the mnemonic glucocorticoid for it, where you have that glucose level increases, so it can precipitate the diabetes. And this is what we have seen in COVID also, that there was COVID, steroids were given, there was precipitation of diabetes, sugar were high, and those who were already diabetic, they landed up into fungal infections. So mostly whenever steroids are given to any diabetic patient, there is a huge imbalance of the blood sugar levels. You have to have a very, very stringent monitoring. Otherwise, you may be having beneficial effect from the steroid, but you will have very devastating effect because of raised sugar level. It can result in any kind of infection which is suboptimal to happen by its own. So in diabetics especially, giving steroid is important, but then monitoring that what you have given is the most important. Okay, so monitoring and stringent monitoring. You cannot leave a person by giving steroid and then you can do your sugar after 3 days. No, you have to do it constantly, say 3 to 4 times in a day. Okay, that is what is stringent sugar control. Then second is long time to heal. So under the influence of steroids, the healing doesn't happen quickly, and then there can be ulcers, peptic ulcers especially. Then Cushing's syndrome. Cushing syndrome happens when there is excess amount of cortisol being secreted. We will see it further, what are the features of Cushing syndrome. Then osteoporosis and myopathy. So if a person is taking 5 to 10 years or 2 to 3 years of steroid, there is a liability that he is going to have weak bones because of osteoporosis. Another is the CNS disorder like insomnia and psychosis. Then ocular disorders, cataract and glaucoma. Very commonly seen patient, anyone who is taking steroid for long can have a troublesome problem of cataract as well as glaucoma. Then retardation of growth. Another is thin fragile skin. immunosuppression. So, if there is immunosuppression, it can result in flaring up of tuberculosis. These are very, very common diseases in Indian scenario. Fungal infections, tuberculosis, that can happen anytime in these patients who are having steroids or who are taking steroids for long time. Then there is congestive heart failure, and then edema, increase in BP. So this is because of the salt and water retention. Salt water retention caused by aldosterone. That is, आपने mineralocorticoid दिया है, तो there will be pedal edema, that is पाँव में उसमें सूजन आएगी. Then there is increase in BP, or there is congestive heart failure sign and symptom. Another, psychologically, you see that these patients on steroids, they may be ranging from depression to excitation. So that both the things are seen in phase wise. This is a kind of clown picture to remember the side effects of steroids. So once again, you have insomnia, then you have hot flushes, then sweating and red cheeks. So you have a full moon face basically. Then increase in palpitation, hand tremors, hyperglycemia, increase in neutrophil count, impaired wound healing, bone loss, swelling in the knee, bruises that don't heal. So there is also weight gain, and these kind of all features you see whenever you are prescribing steroid for a long time. It is not seen when you prescribe it for say a week, 2 week, for a month also. These types of features are not seen, but if you go beyond a month, then these one of the side effects can be seen. So what are the contraindications? There are relative and absolute contraindication. Relative are the peptic ulcer, then diabetes, hypertension, osteoporosis, tuberculosis, psychosis, epilepsy, congestive heart failure, and renal failure. And then you have absolute contraindication, that is herpes simplex, keratitis, and Cushing's disease. So whenever you prescribe the steroid, you should have the baseline knowledge whether mineralocorticoid is required or glucocorticoid is required. Once you know glucocorticoid, then you should remember that short acting, intermediate acting, or long acting. And also you have read in asthma there are inhaled steroids, that is budesonide. So which type of steroid you want to give? Okay. Once you have decided, then you should fix on the dose, and then when you fix the dose, start giving it in graded manner. Do not give at once, and do not withdraw at once. ग्रेडेड मैनर में दिया और ग्रेडेड मैनर में ही विड्रॉ करना है. ओके, सो दिस इज क्वेश्चंस. फर्स्ट आप बताएं, पढ़िए फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन. व्हाट विल बी द आंसर? ओके, सिट डाउन. नेक्स्ट. No, there is emotional disturbance is there. We have seen the psychological changes are there when you give steroid. Hypotension, because steroids are going to cause hypertension. So diabetes and hypertension are being provoked by the steroids. Next. Budesonide is a inhaled steroid. It is a inhaled steroid given in अस्थमा. लेकिन पेशेंट अस्थमा का है, 2 साल पहले से चल रहा है, अभी काहे के लिए आया है वो इमरजेंसी में? अभी द पेशेंट हैज कम फॉर द बी बाइट ट्रीटमेंट. सो you should remember that person coming to you will not be normal. He may be normal, but he may be having many other diseases also. So once you are having that background कि ये अस्थमा का है तो इसको बुडेसोनाइडी देना है, that doesn't make sense. वो अभी काहे के लिए आया है, that makes sense. So current situation is that the person has come for bee bite treatment. Now which steroid we give? लास्ट में आप खड़े होके बताएं. वाइट शर्ट, बिल्कुल लास्ट. हाँ खड़े हो, सिट डाउन. डेफ्लाजाकॉर्ट, ये किस तरह का स्टीरॉयड है? मिनरलोकॉर्टिकॉइड है, ग्लूकोकॉर्टिकॉइड है? नहीं. नेक्स्ट. व्हाट डू यू एक्सपेक्ट, चारों में से क्या आएगा ऑप्शन? बी. बी क्या है? व्हाट इज डेफ्लाजाकॉर्ट? इट इज अ मिनरलोकॉर्टिकॉइड. चलिए नेक्स्ट. खड़े हो, बताएं. ओके, तो क्या है डेफ्लाजाकॉर्ट? हम्म कुछ तो पढ़ रहे होगे, बुक बुक में कुछ भी पढ़ते होगे पीछे बैठ के. हम्म इंटरमीडिएट एक्टिंग ग्लूकोकॉर्टिकॉइड. तो इसमें अपन ने डेक्सामेथासोन क्यों नहीं दिया ऑप्शन? नेक्स्ट. डेक्सामेथासोन क्यों नहीं दिया? नेक्स्ट. डेक्सामेथासोन इज अ लॉन्ग एक्टिंग स्टीरॉइड. आपको ट्रीटमेंट अभी देना है तो यू हैव टू गिव अ शॉर्ट एक्टिंग. शॉर्ट एक्टिंग ऑप्शन में नहीं है, यू हैव टू गिव इंटरमीडिएट. इंटरमीडिएट नहीं है, देन यू विल मूव टू लॉन्ग एक्टिंग. सिट डाउन. सो depending upon the clinical condition, you have to decide what to give. It is not from the blue moon that someone will come and tell you in your ears that please give this. Question fourth. Yes, खड़े हो आगे. हम्म पढ़िए. ए क्या है? ग्लूकोकॉर्टिकॉइड है या मिनरलोकॉर्टिकॉइड है? हम्म नहीं. नेक्स्ट. बताइए ए क्या है? हम्म व्हाट इज फ्लूड्रोकॉर्टिसोन? Is it a mineralocorticoid or glucocorticoid? Hmm? Mineralocorticoid. So, what is the side effect of mineralocorticoid? क्या साइड इफेक्ट होता है मिनरलोकॉर्टिकॉइड का? नेक्स्ट. आप क्या देना चाहोगे इन चारों में से? हाथ जोड़ने से तो काम चलेगा नहीं, देना तो पड़ेगा. ये हाथ जोड़ लोगे? हम्म नेक्स्ट. नेक्स्ट, आप बताओ। क्या दोगे? लॉन्ग एक्टिंग क्यों देना चाहते हो? इमरजेंसी डिपार्टमेंट में पेशेंट आएगा, उसको कब ट्रीट करोगे? 10 घंटे बाद, 12 घंटे बाद? यू हैव टू सी द क्लिनिकल कंडीशन. That is why we put this MCQ, that you understand what is being taught. You have to see the clinical condition. इमरजेंसी डिपार्टमेंट में आया है कोई, रेस्पिरेटरी डिस्ट्रेस है. रेस्पिरेटरी डिस्ट्रेस मतलब ऐसे नहीं अपन नॉर्मल सांस ले रहे हैं, इसका मतलब है वो हांफता हुआ है. अब 10 घंटे तक उसको हफाते रहोगे तो वो तो भाग जाएगा. सो यू हैव टू बी क्विक. क्या दोगे? हाइड्रोकॉर्टिसोन. क्यों दोगे हाइड्रोकॉर्टिसोन? बिकॉज यू हैव द नॉलेज दैट इट वर्क्स फास्ट. केडी त्रिपाठी में सब जगह टेबल बनी है ना, उसका ये इम्प्लीकेशन होता है. सिट डाउन. सो यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड द सीन, clinical requirement, then decide what you have read, choose from that. Next, आगे के, चलिए खड़े होइए. हम्म. बताएं. हम्म. साइकोसिस. नहीं. नेक्स्ट. नो. नेक्स्ट. यूटीआई, यूरिनरी ट्रैक्ट इन्फेक्शन. फिर क्या बच गया? नेक्स्ट. हम्म. नेक्स्ट. 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 हाँ. आप क्या कहते हो? हाँ. ओके. सो वी हैव 4 आंसर्स. लेकिन ऐसे थोड़ी होगा, आंसर तो एक आएगा. नेक्स्ट. Which could not be the possible side effect? हाइपरटेंशन साइड इफेक्ट है नहीं है? है. साइकोसिस है या नहीं है? यूरिनरी ट्रैक्ट इन्फेक्शन है या नहीं है? यूरिनरी ट्रैक्ट इन्फेक्शन साइड इफेक्ट कैसे है? हम्म. इम्यूनिटी. क्योंकि इम्यूनिटी कम करेगा. स्टीरॉइड क्या करेगा? इम्यूनोसप्रेसिव रोल है. इम्यूनिटी कम होगी तो देर इज अ चांस ऑफ यूटीआई. इसलिए आंसर क्या आएगा? अस्थमा. सिट. नेक्स्ट, फ्रॉम दिस साइड आप बताएं. आप खड़े हो? यस. 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 रीड इट. तेज पढ़ो. रीड इट अलाउड. ओके. यू रीड. नेक्स्ट टू यू. हम्म. क्या दोगे इनको? हाइड्रोकॉर्टिसोन इज विच टाइप ऑफ स्टीरॉइड? ग्लूकोकॉर्टिकॉइड और मिनरलोकॉर्टिकॉइड. ओके. व्हाई यू विल नॉट गिव फ्लूड्रोकॉर्टिसोन? हम्म. नहीं, फ्लूड्रोकॉर्टिसोन क्यों नहीं देंगे? इसका क्या आंसर है? चलिए नेक्स्ट. व्हाट इज फ्लूड्रोकॉर्टिसोन? ओके. So she told that she will give hydrocortisone. So what is the advantage with when we give hydrocortisone in this condition? Yes, it has got 1 is to 1 action of both glucocorticoid and mineralocorticoid, and it is also acting rapidly. So you are going to prescribe hydrocortisone. Sit down. Next, from this side, last में yes, stand up. Next, पढ़े. Speak aloud. So which steroid is least preferred for her? आपने कहा हाइड्रोकॉर्टिसोन. तो हाइड्रोकॉर्टिसोन किस तरह का स्टीरॉयड है ये? फास्ट एक्टिंग तो है, ग्लूकोकॉर्टिकॉइड है, मिनरलोकॉर्टिकॉइड है. हम्म. कौन सा? मिनरलोकॉर्टिकॉइड कंप्लीटली नहीं है. इट हैज गॉट ग्लूकोकॉर्टिकॉइड एक्टिविटी आल्सो. सो द बेटर ऑप्शन इन दिस विल बी नेक्स्ट. अब बताएं. हम्म. प्रेडनिसोलोन विल बी लीस्ट प्रेफर्ड. लीस्ट प्रेफर्ड है, मोस्ट प्रेफर्ड नहीं है. आप कौन सा अवॉइड करेंगे इस केस में? व्हाट यू वुड लाइक टू अवॉइड? नेक्स्ट. नेक्स्ट. ओके, व्हाई यू से ए? क्यों नहीं दोगे फ्लूड्रोकॉर्टिसोन? व्हाट हैपेंस इन CHF? What is CHF? Congestive heart failure. When there is heart failure, ejection fraction is reduced to half. That means already the patient may be having edema, salt and water retention, क्योंकि उसका pumping action है ही नहीं blood का, और है तो half है. So you have to give, or you have to avoid giving something which causes salt and water retention. That is, you need not to give a mineralocorticoid. Okay? A mineralocorticoid may you see that fludrocortisone is having the maximum mineralocorticoid activity amongst all these. इसलिए आपको इसमें फ्लूड्रोकॉर्टिसोन अवॉइड करना है उन केसेस में जिनको कंजेस्टिव हार्ट फेलियर है. ओके, सिट डाउन. आप बताएं फ्रंट रो में. सो व्हाट डू यू सी? बोथ ए एंड बी. पिट्यूटरी ट्यूमर से क्या होगा? Acetylcholine, that is ACTH secretion will be more, and cortisol will be produced. So, and what happens in steroid use? Once again, you are increasing the level of steroid in the body. So this is what is the Cushingoid picture, this Cushingoid full moon face which we talk of. So whenever you see such a kind of a patient, you can suspect that there is some kind of hormonal imbalance, some kind of glucocorticoid excess within the body. Sit. Ninth, बताएं. All of the above. Okay. नेक्स्ट, लास्ट क्वेश्चन, आप बताएं पास में। हम्म। बताएं। एनेक्सिन, सो व्हाट एनेक्सिन डज, क्या करेगा एनेक्सिन? व्हाट आर द इफेक्ट्स ऑफ एनेक्सिन? इफेक्ट्स ऑफ एनेक्सिन, पढ़िए। हेयर, pyretic and anti-hyperalgesic. So each and every thing which is given in the book, what you learn here, it should be utilized in your clinical practices as a form of knowledge. And you should be able to differentiate that why this is given and why that is not given. So here we end with the steroid. Okay.